Hello, good morning. I've got you pulled way back this morning. This is getting ready for the art show week. So you can see I've got all kinds of business going on my desk. Uh, Thinking maybe we'll do kind of a show and tell as we finish up the packaging. But first, that I might do that in a completely separate video. First, something I need to do from last year that I thought I'd bring you along. So I've got these altered puzzle pieces, and the dealio here on one of them popped off, and so I think they're probably all gonna pop off. So I need to put an eyelet in, and I thought we'd go through and just kind of take a peek at them while we're doing it. So grab a coffee, have a seat, and let's prep for the art show. Okay, I'm not sure exactly how we're going to get this to work, so I figured we would figure it out together. Now here's the one that already popped off. So I don't have any videos of these altered. You know what, these might be too big to be this zoomed in. Let's pull out a little bit. Maybe that's a little better. I did all these before I started making videos, and kind of before, at the very beginning of when I started paper crafting. Now I've always done collage, not always. My mixed media started with collage. Here's kind of an example, and this is actually a print, but here's an example of my collage work and this is how I started playing in mixed media. So really before I got super into paper, I started with this. So no videos, but maybe we'll make some more. These are super fun. Yeah, bright colors and fun business like that. Let's make ourselves a little more space. I don't want to move all of this stuff off because I'm going to need it. So first thing that happened, we lost our little mushroom at the bottom, so let's get him back on. I must not have had him closed very well to begin with, so, or it got bonked around too much. Looks like what I did was I pulled it too far out when I did it the last time. Pulled it outwards instead of just sideways. Now I can either, if I can't get it just right, we'll just grab another hook or another jump ring. Looks okay. All right, so that's back on. Now we got to figure out how to get this to work with a eyelet. Some of them feel very sturdy, like they're definitely not going to come off. And maybe we'll just check them. I don't know why certain ones are sticking better than others. It doesn't make sense to me. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I'm rethinking here. Just trying to pull this off, the glue off, because it's gross. We're gonna need to fix that up. I just will get the other side off too, since I've already made a little mess. Oh, come on. Where is my little knife? Let me grab my little knife. And my little container of black paint. We can fix this right up. There, that's a decent one. That'll work for what we're trying to do. Let's get this globby goop off. I tried to fix it with a different kind of glue, and that's what made it really gross. All right, so we got that off. And we'll fix that up. Let's go ahead and put an eyelet in and see if we can't figure out. I'm actually going to use this as a guide because these are a little wonky and we still want them to hang straight. Okay, so there's that. And we'll give it a touch of paint here while we're waiting. While we're thinking. Just a touch. And cover that right up. Soak in. All right, let that dry while we're trying to figure out our best way to do this. And it may turn out that it's not going to be our best option, but we're gonna give it a shot. So we could go through the eyelet one at a time, twist them and leave that in the front. That might look kind of cool. However, do we have space to do that and not have the beads be in the way? The other option, because the eyelet's big enough, we could just go through it, twist it, and do it and not worry about the beads being in there. Let's try that. Let's pick a color. How about, we've got silver at the bottom. These are all gonna have silver at the bottom, so we could go with a blue. That might be pretty. Let's get some washers out of here. Let's go with blue for this one. Let's set it back up and down. That paint's drying pretty quickly, so that's good. We'll play off the blue from her dress. I got a heat tool, but you know, I also can blow a lot of hot air out of my face too. Okay. So we're gonna put that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna repair that little piece. Of paper. Okay, let's give that a good squash. Looks lovely. And let's get, where's our glue? Here it is. That little bit of paper came loose while we were taking the glue off. So we want to repair that. There you go. Not a lot of ways to ruin these things. Almost everything has a solution if something goes a little bit awry. Alright, so that's pretty well dry. Alright, now, let's see. Will these beads fit through? Oh, my coil won't. Let's uncoil a little. More. Seriously, why is that giving me such issue? All right. We may find out that the wire itself is not the way to go. Okay, so the beads don't fit through. So what do we want to do here? We could go through the back. Can we keep the beads up above? Could go through the back and do a twist. How's that work? Well, that works. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to so we uncoiled the one, came in from the back, leaving the intact coil in the front, and now we're going to twist it. If I can manage this. Clearly not a wire worker. Which way do I need to twist? I'm going to completely uncoil that. So I'm fumbling around. It would have been easier to hold this guy in place and then just twist, but I didn't uncurl him to begin with. Okay. Now there, that works. That works. And definitely more sturdy than glue, clearly. Okay, so there you go, Miss Alice. You are ready for the show. All right, let's see. Let's check this guy and see. So this is my Hello Beautiful Owl. That is not going anywhere. No, that is absolutely not coming off. So we're going to leave this one. I'm going to leave it. She's not broken, winky-faced owl. So we're going to leave her. Now, here is the little ballerina to leave a little sparkle wherever you go. Lots of multi-layers on these. Stamps, splatters. Recognize her from our... This is questionable. Okay, this is pulling the paper off. We're going to take this one off. And we're going to repair this guy. And we're going to do the same thing. Now I had to work kind of hard to get that off, but I could see that it was splitting that paper already. And that is not what we want to send out to folks. I'm not sure why some of these have such bubbles in the paint or in the glue versus ones that don't. Let's at least get that glue down. Oh, there. Let's get the loose stuff off because we don't want it peeling. Now this is, you know, it's paper crafting, so sometimes this is going to happen. And if it does, you just fix it. Where are we loose? We're loose all here. Let's get that all fixed up. And these are clearly grungy, so, oh my God, I've had a lot of coffee and no food, so I'm a little bit shaky this morning. Where's my brush here? I don't have very much paint left on my brush. I could probably grab some more, but you know. This will give us coverage, but not have it be super wet. Okay, let's pick a color for this guy. This gal. How about the black? Let's go with this kind of gunmetal-y looking one. We'll put it in there. Oh, come on out, come on out. Okay. So again, using that as the guide, and I can hold it up and see kind of where also it needs to be. Oh, that one's a little off. It's all right. We'll take care of it. Okay. When I first made these and I did the little guys down here at the bottom, I was so impressed with the Crop-A-Tile and the fact that it would go through these thick puzzle pieces. So where I got the puzzle pieces, these are from a kid's floor puzzle, one of the giant floor puzzles, and I got it for a couple bucks at a kid's thrift store, just in the game section. If you're lucky, you can find them there. And the person who I saw do this, if you guys know Nina Ribena, she has a YouTube channel and does a lot of different collage and paper crafting and things like that. And I really enjoy her content. It's been a bit since I've watched, but it is a lot of fun. She does different prompts each month, and there's I think she still does it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but she'll have like a free-for-all week and a recycle week where you should only use stuff that, you know, old stuff. Let's see, can I need a little more space? This is super fiddly, I know, guys. Why am I doing this with this still coiled up? I need all of this. Just enough coil left that I don't lose my beads. Okay, so we're gonna go through. We're gonna start our bead or our bend here. Maybe a little more leeway there for the beads. And then we're gonna start wrapping. Maybe we want to wrap this way. You know what? It's a lot easier to start wrapping with just the one, then pull the other one down. You know, the things you learn. I hope this is long enough. When I'm fumbling around with my fingers, I got tools right in front of me. Use your tools, use your tools. Again, with the fingers. Goodness. I guess fingers are tools too, right? So, all right, there we go. There we go. We got it wrapped around once. Let's fumble this around another time. Definitely fiddly, but worth it to make sure that you've got a sturdy product going out to your customers. All right, there we go. Second repair done. How many more we got here? Got 2 more. Thought I had more than 5, but I guess I don't. Here's a bird themed one. And white-throated sparrow. I got these out of, let me grab my little bird book. This land guide for song and insectivorous birds of the East Rockies. Let's see if we got a date on here. 1946. Copyrighted in 1906, but yeah, looks like this one was published in 1946. Lovely little birds. Lots of cool little, I need to pull this out more, don't I? I should make some tags with that. And then I've got a similar one with flowers, but this one I put several touches of gold. But let's see. Nope, we're gonna fix this guy too. Looks like there's only one that's gonna be holding well unless we get to the last one, and she holds up too. All right. Yeah, the art festival is next weekend. I've only ever done, I was gonna say, this is my first time doing this art show, but I've only ever done 2 art shows. And they were the same one 2 years in a row. So anything that I do from here on out is going to be a little different. We got one coming up. One coming up this, oh shoot, this following weekend. And then one coming up at the end of July. And my mom and I, and my sister are going to be going to the art show. And I think it will be it'll be fun. I always get super nervous. I get worried that people aren't going to like my art, or I won't be able to do small talk, or there's questions I can't answer. Whoops. But we'll see. Maybe this year will be easier since I've gotten used to talking to you guys. I hope that's the case. But we'll find out, won't we? This could use a little touch up right there as well. Get that off. Oh, I have no paper towel. All right, well, I guess I'll wipe my brush on the paper towel that's still on the roll. No worries there. Although, I really should just grab one and clean this up before I drag something through it. That would be sadness if that happened. Okay, so while that's drying, let's make a decision about what color we want. Well, I guess we don't need to make a decision, do we? We've got so much gold on here. Let's for sure do gold. It's okay that the charms are not gold. Oops. Because this is our art. And we can do what's appealing to us. That is there's some, right, there's color theory and general things that look good and composition and whatnot, but ultimately it's our art, and we can do what looks good to us. I'm gonna balance this one off to the side a little bit more. Let's see, I'm just eyeballing where I put it so you can see. If I don't know if you can see or not, but if I hold it here, it doesn't hang straight. You're not gonna be able to see that. But if I hold it here, it's better. So we're going to do some balancing, and we're going to put this one off to the side. That's not the right hole. We're going to put this one right about there. Oops. Fumbly. You can't even see what I'm doing. God. Right about there. The nice thing too about these, there's my dog barking outside. She's hanging out in the garage and front yard with my husband today. And now she's probably telling on Calvin because Calvin has a treat. And Calvin didn't snarf his treat, he saved his treat. And now she's telling on him because he is guarding his treat. She's been doing this for a while this morning. Okay, let's give this guy a big squeeze. All right. Love it with the washers. Such a difference. Okay, so let's get this guy in. And this one's got a little glue on it. So I wonder if I can uncoil this and make this, because it's kind of ugly, right? So let's see if we can uncoil. Okay, I just realized how silly I'm being trying to pick this glue off. We got plenty of wire. Let's just clip it. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come in through the back. And I could probably oops, sorry guys, my brain turned off. I could probably use a clip perhaps to hold that in place, maybe, kinda. A little, it helps a little, not really, it's just in my way. It's not just in my way, it is also in my way. All right, so let's start with our first wrap with our fingers. Let's get this guy in there. I want to bring it all the way around to the back so nobody gets poked. Squash it down here. There we go. All right. In business. All right, last one. Thanks for hanging out with me today while we do our repairs and our little show and tell. Let's see. Oh, yeah, most definitely. This guy needs to come off. So this is Miss Flamingo. Another leave a little sparkle wherever you go with a little bit of embellishment. This one has some of the Tim Holtz tissue papers in the background. Some embossing, white embossing powder on there to pull it up. A little bit of netting in the background there for texture. And I think I used a little bit of textured gesso. This, I don't bet you can't quite see. Well, there you can see it. some black embossing with the stamp, and then just filling in those little flowers with the Posca pens. So, and just a touch of coloring in for some extra, little extra. All right, I'm going to put my hole in first this time. Wrong hole. Go straight in the middle here, which will work fine because this one is relatively balanced. Very balanced, I should say. All right, let's go ahead and get this glue off. Trying just to take off the glue, but like the other ones, if we get some of the paper, that's okay too. We'll just repaint the back cover for these. Back cover, goodness. We'll just take that part of the statement off. For these, when you're working with these puzzle pieces, they have a coating. They're plastic coated. So it's super important to go in with sandpaper before you even start and sand off that glossy layer. It helps that it also sands off some of the picture, right? I do these with the picture on the back just because that is easier for me. The back of the puzzle is standard puzzle piece cardboard, so you can stick to that pretty quick and easy. That's not coated. But sand it down. The acrylic paint sticks really well. You can also gesso it. Do a layer of gesso to just be. There's a couple of spots on here that are gonna bother me if I don't get rid of them. A couple of light spots. Things move around, things scratch, things, you know. But that's gonna happen. It's okay. You do your best. Do your best. Now, with this one, we don't have, let's go with the black. We could do, or here, let's do black enamel. Why not? We could do black, we could do white. Could do the black metal, but we'll do enamel on this one. Let's stick that through. And I'm working a little bit around wet paint because I'm being impatient. Let's get our washer on there. And a big squeeze for this. Thick cardboard. All good. Now, let's go ahead and uncoil. Can I do it? It's pretty quick with my fingers. I'm gonna see if we can get this last bit open because it is a little easier with the longer piece of wire. There. All right, so now, same as before. Myself a little more space. Since it's the first time I'm doing it this way, we're gonna just learn and adjust along the way. It takes more space than you think, I'm finding out. And it's not the easiest thing to pull tight either. as you can see. I'm going to add just a touch more coil to this one. Probably be easier if this was straight, or if the hook was going the right direction. And you know, perfection, in my opinion, we want to do the best we can, and we want to make it look nice, of course, but perfection is for mass-produced stuff, not handmade, one-of-a-kind, blood, sweat, and tears art. And you especially don't want to let the pursuit of perfection stop you from making your art. It's one thing if it's bad enough if you let it make you a little crazy like I do sometimes, although, you know, working on it. But you definitely do not want to let it stop you. Just get in there and create. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it. All right, there she is. Ready in her glory to go to the art show. So, thanks guys. Quick review, here we are. Thanks for hanging out with me while we prep. I'm gonna keep going and film more and hope to see you on the next one. Bye guys.